Welcome to Rope Dropping Knowledge, where we guide you through the magic of Disney.
$187.
Almost there.
Yep.
Almost at 200.
So, man, it's going to be another rainy day tomorrow.
Yeah.
So we're going back to the parks tomorrow. Rainy. And
Which means no lines,
guess,
no crowds. Like last time, we got to go to Jolly Holiday without mobile ordering.
You know, I think you might be right because it had rain in the forecast the entire week.
Yeah.
That gives people a chance to cancel. Sometimes if it just rains,
yeah.
like, and it's only like a day notice or maybe that day, then, people just going to do what they're going to do. Here's the thing, though. We're staying at Paradise Pier, and usually when we stay at Paradise Pier is a reason because all the other hotels we usually stay at are higher.
Mm-hmm.
So that means there's an event going on.
Mm-hmm.
So if there's an event going on, it might not affect the crowds.
Mm.
So, I mean, it depends on the event, I guess. But
I thought it was a cheerleading
if
thing.
it's a cheerleading thing,
Let me see. Real quick. Just go ahead and talk.
just go ahead and talk. Because if it's a cheerleading event, there's two things that could happen. Either they're young and kids, so they don't care about the rain as much, or if they're like taking breaks from competition and they want to look cute in their cheerleader stuff, it'll mess up their makeup.
Yeah.
So they might not want to go
Usually teenagers are just like, whatever, I don't want to go. It's raining.
Disney kind of overrides that. It'll override going to the park with grandma, but it's not going to be going to the beach. You know. Yeah, I don't know what it is.
I thought it was something big.
Yeah. If it's like that music convention.
Oh, the NAMM? No, it wasn't that.
Yeah, then I would say probably would affect the crowds. Crowds would be pretty light. But I don't know. Cheerleading is 50-50. And the thing is, with cheerleading.
Oh, yeah. Varsity Spirit Nationals.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to affect the crowds that much. I think there's going to be crowded and a lot of angry people. Because usually with these cheerleading things, people are coming from all over the country.
Yes.
And when they come from all over the country,
that's what they want to do. Yeah.
Well, it's not what they want to do. They already paid for it.
Yeah.
They already bought their tickets. It's too late to cancel hotels, and they're there, and the whole family's going, even if it's just Sally who's competing, right? So you have your 16-year-old daughter who's competing, but her little brother wants to see Iron Man, and you're promising him these things. It's like he doesn't want to go see his sister cheerlead.
Yeah.
But it's like,
we'll go to Disneyland too.
You're like, no. You don't get it. You're going to get to see Iron Man and Captain America and Black Panther. And he's like, okay, yeah. And then it's raining. You can't be like, well, we did see your sister compete.
When I was a kid, I was excited about Disneyland.
Yeah.
And then it rained because back then there wasn't an iPhone that predicted, that you knew ahead. So it rained and my parents canceled and I cried.
Yeah.
Because it's like Disneyland.
Yeah.
I never got to go.
That's what I'm saying. It's going to be crowds.
So I'm like,
especially and you were local.
Yeah.
So just imagine somebody who came from Oregon.
Yeah. And back then you don't buy the tickets till you get there.
Mm-hmm.
You don't buy it online ahead of time. So there wasn't commitment.
Yeah. Now it's a commitment. You're locked in. And yeah. So I think it's going to be crowded.
They're all, let's go to the arcade instead. I'm like, no. Arcade, lame.
You always talk about how you like this broke immigrant, but you always sound like you're the most spoiled kid. Your attitude.
That's why when you get to go to Disneyland, you're like, whoa. Because I never got to go.
Yeah, it sounds like you went a lot. You went more than me.
Not when I was a kid.
So, yeah, it's probably going to be rainy. So you're going to see a lot of rainy pictures from us again. I'll probably be wearing the same jacket because it's the only Disney jacket that's water resistant that I have.
I went and ordered the hiking shoes that you have.
Well, the brand. Yeah.
Brand.
Yeah.
So that they're water resistant.
So you won't have the wet socks again.
Yeah, no wet socks.
I don't know how hard it's going to rain, but it's raining all day today. So.
Yeah. Well, at first it said it would stop at 3 or 2 p.m., but now it kind of says all day because it started later today or something. I don't know.
Well, we don't have any big plans.
Well, now there's a flood watch. Interesting.
It's always interesting. But hey, it is what it
Well,
is.
it's only 30% at 3:00.
Yeah. Which basically means it's going to be sprinkling. You know?
Well, it's not bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways, it's fine.
We're not meeting anyone, so it's fine.
Yeah, possibly Xander.
Well,
That's only because he said he's going.
but he's waterproof. So, but we do have giveaways. We have one more day for the soaring pouch giveaway, and some people might have forgot that I said when we first announced this giveaway that I was going to be doing a backup giveaway, not a backup giveaway, a consolation giveaway for second place. So we're gonna spin the wheel. We won't really spin a wheel, but we're going to do the name picker and find the winner for the sewing pouch and the Minnie Mouse Nuimos. I always want to make sure to put that S on it, or you're going to get all upset. Nuimos. And then we're going to do another spin, and, removing the winner and then for a second place. And the thing is that my second place gift, I haven't posted it. And one of the reasons I haven't posted it is because I've been agonizing over it, because the pouch is a bigger gift, but the second place gift, and we've never done a second place gift before, so I don't even know how people are going to feel about it. But it's a Loungefly Minnie Mouse heart wallet, a big one, and it's bigger than I thought it was going to be. I forgot the size of it. And so some people are going to be like, well, that's just as good or better, for the Loungefly folks. They're going to be like, well, that's better than the first place prize. So I'm going to be adding to the first place prize. You're going to get the soaring pouch, the Minnie Mouse Nuimos, and a $25 Disney gift card. I'm not going to post it, but the people who enter, they're going to know, and whoever wins is going to get it. And that way, that kind of ups the value of the prize. Not that it wasn't good enough. It was just that Loungefly affects people's brains. So they see her that second place prize is Loungefly, and it's like, oh no, I want that. So, okay, that's what we're going to be doing. And I don't even think I'm going to post a second place thing until we actually pick the winner. I'm just going to say this is what they won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. So that's giveaway number 1. Giveaway number 2, we will be at the parks tomorrow. And even though it's going to be pouring rain, we still have a wallet giveaway. And I already posted this. And this wallet giveaway is good. It's actually a bigger, because usually we give away the little card wallets. This is actually a Loungefly, so, stimulate the brain. I like Loungefly, but I think some people just go nuts over it. It's like, whoa.
It's the people that collect those backpacks.
The collectors. Some people feel about Loungefly the way I feel about lightsabers, swords.
Or spirit jerseys.
Yeah.
Because you buy all of them.
I don't buy
all the
all
ones that aren't sparkly or.
Yeah, I don't buy any of that. So it is, and I wanted to get the name right so I copy and pasted it and put it in my notes. Loungefly Disney Mickey Constellation all over print glow in the dark flap wallet. And you can go on our Instagram or Facebook and you can see it. It really does glow in the dark. It's pretty cool. There's constellations all over with little Mickeys in it and stars, and it is a big wallet. Like, you can carry it anywhere with it and put.
It's not like the huge ones where it's bulky. It's thin
and long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Twice the size of the card wallet.
But you could put stuff in both sides of it, though.
Yeah.
So I guess that's the flap in the flap wallet, So I showed you pictures of a little video of the outside, the inside, and then a little picture of the glow in the dark. So it's a really cool in-park giveaway. So the first people or person to find us in the park wins that wallet. It's got to be the first. So, but I hope you get to us before Xander. And if no one finds us, we'll have it again next time we're at Disney.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun because I think, again, people love Loungefly. So, all right. Giveaway number 3. today we will be spoiling Ant-Man Quantumania. Now, for those of you who don't want to be spoiled, it's fine because anytime we do a spoiler, we always do it at the very end of the episode. We give you plenty of warning and we tell you when we're about to begin so you can just stop listening.
Mm-hmm.
We give you plenty of time to cut out and get on with your life. But for people who are willing to be spoiled or for people who've already seen the movie, we like to reward them for sticking around and listening. So we have a Kang Funko Pop. And usually I don't announce it before, but I want to give people a chance to see, I already posted it, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And then we will give you the magic question or the magic answer,
Or what to do.
What to do during that
magic command
during the spoiler. Yeah.
Yes.
So if you want to know how to win it, you got to stay and get spoiled. So let us spoil you. Now, the giveaway that is ending tomorrow, the soaring giveaway. All you have to do is direct message us via Facebook or Instagram or info@ropedroppingknowledge.com. Or you can do all 3 for 3 entries, 2 for 2 entries, 1 for 1 entry. What Disney character would you like to take to the parks if you could? It could be anything. And we have some really cool answers, and the really fun ones are the people who tell us why they would want to take that character.
Yeah, they're very practical.
Yeah, a lot of people are very practical, and they make sense.
That's because I put that idea in.
Yeah,
Because I was like, oh, it shouldn't be a character because he won't fit the rides and
that wasn't you.
blah, blah. That was me.
No. Stop taking credit for other people's ideas. So, again, this ends Saturday, the 25th, which is tomorrow, 11:59 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So you still got a day. Dinner. And, yeah, you'll get that soaring. And the soaring is for soaring over the world, soaring over California.
I think it's just soaring, right?
But it just says soaring. Yeah. And the Minnie Mouse Noimos. And we just added today the $25 Disney gift card, which I have to remember to buy at the park tomorrow.
If you don't, then a Target run.
I'll be making a Target run after we do it.
I'll be making a Target.
So good luck. And we will be doing that drawing on Sunday.
Well, for a change,
Mm-hmm.
we were the winners of something.
Yeah.
Accidentally. There was this post that actually, Dole Whip Float again.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody said, they mentioned you. And we had a new listener that came over from her. Like, oh, we listened and they mentioned you. And then I'm thinking like, oh, yeah, we mention you all the time. Wait till you keep listening. But anyways, she had shared a story of this nice art piece that was a Black Panther art piece. And I posted it today from the number one magical place. And they said that they were giving it away. And I was like, oh, what an amazing art piece. And I commented. Not knowing that when you comment, you enter. I just wanted to say it was a cool art piece.
Yeah.
Anyways, a few weeks later, it's like I got a message like, oh, you won.
Yeah.
A random drawing or whatever. And so we won this Black Panther art piece. And it's like an art by Brian Reedy. So I tagged him. But it's really cool. It's like has T'Challa and everything. Oh, sorry. So...
yeah, it's really nice.
Check it out.
And it has it's art all over the piece. It's on this special bamboo paper or I don't know what kind of paper it is. It's like a special paper.
It's called
What?
Hold on. The woodcut print rice paper.
Yeah.
Rice paper and woodcut print.
It's pretty cool. It feels really cool.
Yeah.
It feels like paper they make dollars out of.
Yeah, it does.
So it's pretty cool.
So we're not artsy people, so
we don't know
I have
how
to
to
look
describe
and
it.
see what it's called and all that stuff. But yeah, it's cool. I'm gonna maybe get a frame for it.
No, we're definitely getting a frame for it.
Yeah.
Because it's still on paper, so I just don't want it to hang out. I wanted to be able to display it and put it in a nice frame. And it's really cool. So
yeah, check out my post. And you can, sorry, I keep hitting the button. And then you can see it, and it's really awesome. So it's kind of weird being on the other side of a giveaway.
I know.
I'm like, wow, this is cool.
But see, people, engagement pays. So engage with all the people that are content creators that you follow. Make comments, not to win prizes, but it just helps the algorithm and helps them. Leave reviews, Also, I mean, we haven't mentioned it, I don't think, in the last one or two.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
But go to Podcast Mics for Magic. Is that it? Did I get it right?
Podcast Mics for Magic.
Yeah. And you can donate to the Children's Hospital of Orange County.
Yep.
Chalk. Yep. And, it's for a really good cause. And they have this big event that they're doing. It's Johnny and Hannah on their respective podcasts. It's Hannah Learns Disney, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. And then I always get his acronyms messed up because I never know if it's Star Wars or Marvel first.
It's actually Hannah Learning Disney.
Hannah Learning Disney.
And then it's DMSW podcast.
DMSW.
Because it's always Disney first.
Disney
and
first.
then Marvel.
Yeah. And Star Wars. Yeah. That's what it stands for.
But yeah, it's actually in honor of saying goodbye to Splash Mountain. They're huge Splash Mountain fans. So they're hoping to raise enough by the time...
How about like $50,000?
$50,000 by the time the date of the last day of Splash Mountain is announced. And they plan to have everyone there, like if we can, all meet up and they'll make T-shirts or whatever. And then on the day of, too, they want to raise more. I think he mentioned, he got the idea of somebody else where he was walking around and he had a QR code on his T-shirt, so people could just scan and donate.
Yeah, I think that's an idea. I don't know if he's done it yet, but
he has. Somebody else did it. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
And then that's what he was kind of thinking the T-shirts would do.
Yeah, but I think they're still in the brainstorming, but they already got the site set up.
Yep.
We already donated. A lot of people have already donated. So it's for obviously a very good cause. My friend AJ, he used to do a lot of things. I mean, he still does for Children's Hospital in San Diego. And we're going to spread that magic to Orange County. And lots of kids in need, lots of kids who are getting care. And that hospital is 100% donor funded.
Yeah.
So it's not like a corporate hospital where, we don't know where the money's going. It's going directly to the hospital and directly to the people in need, to the patients. So good cause. So go ahead and give them a follow. Give all their posts a like, and if you can, make a donation.
Yep, it's on their link in bio, and it takes you directly to Chalk through my podcast Mics for Magic. So it's going directly. It's not like GoFundMe or anything like that.
There's no intermediary. So it's not like you're going to GoFundMe or Venmo account that's owned by one of them. It's actually Children's Hospital of Orange County's direct link to their donation.
Yep.
And they're handling all the donations. So, cool. All right. So, what do we got in headlines?
Well, the big news is San Francisco Square is opening summer 2023. We'll check out some of the progress this weekend when we're there, but last time we were there, all the water was sucked out.
Yeah.
And I think
it's going to be water this weekend, whether they like it or not.
Yeah. I couldn't tell if the bridge was up yet or if that was just a concept picture because it looks so real. So maybe we'll see this weekend what it looks like.
We'll see. Yeah.
But so they're gonna have the iconic landmark in the area, which is the San Francisco Gate Bridge, where the Pacific Wharf used to be. There's going to be an opportunity to encounter Baymax in that area.
Yeah, and a lot of people, I don't even know how many people saw Big Hero 6. Because it kind of came out.
Yeah, before.
It came out before the big. It came out in. I don't even know what year it came out. No, don't fact check. It's fine. You would
Google.
Hold up the podcast
Google.
to go look. But it was years ago. But it was. It's actually they're in Marvel. They're actually Marvel.
They are?
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that. They have a comic book. And but
they're not yet MCU canon.
Yeah, it's not MCU, but it's Marvel, and they are very much. It was very much like a cool flick. It was kind of like not as popular as The Incredibles, but it was like, but everyone knows Baymax.
Mm-hmm.
So if I ask people to name, characters from that movie, most people can't, but they can name him. So it's one of those things where it had a lot of it was critically acclaimed. A lot of people liked it. It was and it had fun, but then the movie was kind of forgotten about, except for Baymax. But
yeah, at one point they had the Baymax zipper,
yeah.
but that was a while ago.
So I kind of thought like they would never really do anything with it, because they kind of just let it fall off. Because usually it's like a few years after the movie they'll start building something, because they're still doing Frozen stuff. They started with Frozen during Frozen, because it was such a big hit. So the fact that they're doing it, it does fit with California, the whole San Francisco. And everything.
Yeah.
So it is probably they're gonna do crazy stuff at the next.
Is that Pixar? The Baymax?
Yeah.
Oh,
and
that's okay.
And
that makes sense then.
And then they're gonna probably with the next Lunar New Year festival they're gonna do all kinds of crazy stuff with it because it does have that Asian American aesthetic, that fusion that you don't think exists.
No, I know it exists.
Like the Berea egg
that's
rolls.
not fusion.
Yeah, that's fusion.
That's just lazy.
So this is fusion. The whole movie's fusion. So
yeah, so it's exciting because all the stuff that's at Pacific Wharf. I know we all like the burrito tacos and the bread bowl. All that they say will still kind of be in there, but just like weaved into it, I guess. But while they're under construction, all the stuff at the dining stuff at Pacific Wharf will still be there.
Yeah. So I'm excited to see what it looks like when it's done, and I'm kind of glad that they're using it because it's kind of at this point. I guess what my point is, it's kind of a deep cut for Disney to brand a whole part of one of their parks. That, but I think it's a good move.
I think it's good. Yeah. So so when it's complete, you'll still have like the soup in the bread bowl. I don't know what they're gonna call it. Because it won't be boudins. Maybe there'll still be boudins. I'm not sure. And many new Asian-inspired selections is what they said. And then they're going to have the Port of San Francisco. It draws inspiration from tricultural influence of English, Japanese, and Spanish.
Ooh.
So that's why the popular burrito tacos probably won't go anywhere.
Yeah. And hopefully burrito egg rolls, which is fusion. All right.
And then a beer garden, because right now it's Carl Strauss cart. Remember that little cart? So now it's going to be a beer garden decorated in festoon.
They should just have like Baymax surfing beer. Hello.
That'd be cool.
You want to get intoxicated today?
Okay.
That comes out of his belly. Pull his
That'd
arm.
Be cool. No, they need to bring back that sipper because it was so cute. Our friend Ashley, she got one and it was so cute. It's just like a big round thing.
And making Baymax balloons is easy because he's basically a balloon.
Yeah, they had those at Disneyland.
So you're going to see a lot of those flying around.
Yeah, probably. So that'd be cool.
Yep.
I'm excited. Summer 2023. It's not too far from now.
No, only a few months away. All right. So.
Next.
What?
Oh. The TikTok thing.
I think
don't know
everyone
if this is a dot point or a headline, but it's kind of silly. TikTok's always silly when you do TikTok trends. There was a TikTok trend where I guess you improperly secure the seatbelt so that you can be in the air longer or something. So it happened so much that Disneyland now added additional signs that says keep seatbelt securely fastened and tight against the waist. Failure to follow instructions may result in being asked to leave the park. So Disney cracked down on that. Because it is kind of...
And for a lot of rides, whether it's a shoulder harness or the seatbelts or a combination of both, I forgot what they actually have on Guardians. But you can... The computer only registers if it's clicked in. So you can, just like in your car, you can like pull it loose and then click it and have a lot of slack.
Yeah.
I think that's what they were doing with the seatbelt. Now, I think there's still a shoulder harness too, but I don't know.
No, there isn't, because I remember being in the air.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's probably what they were doing. And, Yeah, it's dangerous because you could fly out of the thing, And then what are you gonna do? You're gonna sue Disney? Me being
Yeah.
an HR, that makes me mad. Like, what do
Yeah.
you mean? You do something dumb and then you get paid.
Yeah.
That's what I'm always trying to push back against all my operational staff for. It's like, well, these people, I want to get rid of this person or that person, and it's like, yeah, but if you do it wrong, they're going to get more money than all of us. They're going to make more than our CEO.
Yeah.
So do things by the book.
Well, yeah. Well, the other exciting thing, we're staying at DCA today. All the news
Tomorrow.
is in DCA.
Yeah.
No, like in what we're talking about. Rogers the Musical is coming to DCA. It'll be, everybody guessed right that the Hyperion, it'll be inside the Hyperion, because at one point the Hyperion, they had job openings for performers for the Hyperion Theater, and everyone's like, it's got to be Rogers the Musical.
Yeah.
But then half people said, oh, it's Hercules. But nope, it's Rogers the Musical, and Disney released a promo that was pretty cool. It had Peggy. I'm assuming it's Peggy, looking at the playbook.
What it's supposed to be, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not, Atwell, the actual actress, I don't think.
Well, right. No,
Yeah.
it's supposed to be the character, Peggy
Yeah.
Carter.
But, yeah, I love that song. We played
I like
it.
Hulk's part. Smash.
Our last,
Smash.
2021?
Yeah, when Hawkeye came out.
Yeah, we played that song to end the new year. Yeah.
Yeah. And if you didn't see Hawkeye, it's fine. It's still a cool musical.
But I think Hawkeye's pretty cool. I don't know. I mean, a lot of people said they didn't really like it, but I think it's as good as Die Hard.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like Die Hard.
It's an MCU Die Hard.
Yeah. MCU Die Hard. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a Christmas movie.
Yeah. So, yeah, I thought it was
Christmas
fun.
show. But yeah, I'm excited. And that's also coming in the summer. You know what? DCA is going to be popping in the summer.
Mm-hmm. And with Toontown opening again, and Rogers the Musical, Splash Mountain. I don't know when Splash Mountain is going to reopen his Tiana's thing, but
It hasn't even closed.
that's true. Yeah, we got probably a while for that, but it's going to, the more attractions, the more things to do, the shorter the lines.
Yeah, there's more spread out the
They
crowds.
spread people out. You don't want everybody, on like 3 rides, because then those rides are going to be super long. I like the day when Radiator Springs Racers, you could stand by and it was like under an hour. 45 minutes is not bad.
Yeah.
For that ride. But now sometimes
120.
Yeah, 120. It's like no line should be 120.
95.
Yeah, and Disney doesn't like it because you're not spending money when you're in line. Like I already told you.
Yeah.
So yeah, more attractions, more. All right.
I was gonna do that Universal rant thing, not rant, but
It's not really a rant.
yeah,
It was just kind of fun to look and see, because everyone was like, "How's Disney going to respond to, Nintendo World?" I was like, I don't know if they respond, but it's kind of fun to compare and contrast.
yeah. Well, it's also like when everyone says Disney is so expensive, I'm just gonna go to Universal instead. And after seeing the breakdown of the one content creator, I'm like,
Dano, let's give credit.
Dano.
Yeah,
He's
a
the
good
Star
guy.
Wars guy, right?
Mostly Star Wars, yeah.
Mhm.
But he does theme parks and stuff too.
Yeah,
so.
he took his family of 4, and I was like, this is the same price as Disneyland. Why are people
Pretty much.
like Disneyland has the bad rep of being expensive, but then all the other parks are the same. I mean, maybe not Knott's Berry Farm, but Universal's the same price.
I think it's kind of like when people say, "Well, I want a luxury car that's not expensive." Like theme parks are a luxury.
Yes.
So I think you have to think of it like that. It's kind of like, well, I want something that's luxury that's inexpensive is almost an oxymoron, right? It's kind of like, no, luxury kind of implies expensive.
Yeah.
So going to Disneyland is a luxury.
It's a luxury.
Yeah. It's because you don't need to live.
Right.
Now, I'm sure a lot of our listeners would say that's incorrect. You do need it. But, just from a Maslow point of view,
Right.
you don't need it. It's not, food that you need to survive on. But it's also, you have choices, even for like, if you say, well, human beings need fun, there's a lot of things you can do for fun that aren't going to cost you what, a theme park is going to cost you. Any theme park, So, yeah, it's a luxury, but I don't think it's so out of bounds for what Disney offers you that when you compare it to other theme parks, it's super expensive in the category of theme parks, right? Because, yes, you could go to Knott's Berry Farm, but for the cash member treatment, the rides, and the food, the experience, everything that you get from Knott's Berry Farm, it needs to be cheaper. Because and I'm not saying that I make fun of Knott's Berry Farm sometimes, but I think it's priced appropriately.
Yeah.
It's not that it's a worse park, it's priced appropriately.
Yeah. You get what you pay for.
Yeah.
In a way. Yeah.
Yeah. And so we took a look at this, and when Dana was doing the breakdown, like, for example, their Magic Band, I forget what they call it. For Nintendo.
Yeah, I forgot about that. They had to buy the extra thing to...
The Magic Band for the Mario Land, it's like a Mario thing. It's the same price as Disney Magic Band. It's $40.
$40. Some Disney ones are only $30.
Yeah. But the thing about the Nintendo Land is that most of the big attractions, like I think there's 1 or 2 rides, but a lot of them it's game because it's Mario is game.
Yeah.
So most of the things are games, and some of the games you have to have that band. So to me, like I went on a rant for like 3 episodes when they were doing the web slinger thing for
web slingers.
For web slingers. Yeah, the wrist launcher.
The web band or something.
Yeah. And that's not even a must to get on there.
Right.
This was a must to get in
You must.
You must have it just to get into these
went
games.
With 4, then he had to buy 4 bands.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So.
And they were $40.
And they're $40 each.
Okay.
So that adds up.
Right.
And then you have the parking is $30. That Disney's $30.
People were like complaining about the $30 parking. Universal, $30 as well.
Yeah.
It's not $15.
Yeah.
It's $30.
And then you get to the food. And again, you have the rest of Universal, which is cool. They do have the Harry Potter land.
Oh, yeah. And then the tours and the Mummy and Jurassic Park.
So they do have themed. The tickets themselves are cheaper.
Yeah. $145?
Something like, but you have to get kind of like a pass to get into
the reservation.
The Nintendo land. Kind of like a lightning. kind of like a fast pass type system to get in. And I don't know. The food at the land was more expensive. So my friend who went there said that I forget what it was called.
Toadstool Cafe.
Yeah, Toadstool Cafe. It's basically, the food is basically comparable to Galactic Grill. The only thing is it's more themed. It's more dressed up. So it's like if Galactic Grill had like Mickey shaped stuff, and sometimes it does.
Yeah.
And like little flags and stuff in the burgers.
This one, the burger was like had that mark on the bun.
Yeah.
That was Mario.
Yeah. But as far as the food quality and taste, it's Galactic Grill.
Right.
Yeah. But it's twice as much as Galactic Grill.
Yeah, a burger is $16.99.
$16.99, like.
Okay, it comes with bacon and mushroom, but the chicken one is also $16. Everything's $16.99. The main courses.
Yeah. And I think like that's like, I don't even think like a burger at like Carthay Circle was $16.99.
Maybe Carthay Circle, but
maybe I don't know.
But that's like a sit down.
Yeah,
the waiter,
and this place
you get waited on and all this stuff.
Yeah, it was weird. So I was just like, man, that's kind of pricey for what you're getting. Now it is kind of like everything's kind of like that Happy Meal themed stuff. So I mean, yeah, they do have to add some pieces of plastic, but I don't know. So when I calculated it, when I was looking at it, it's basically Universal Studios with all the stuff that Nintendo Land has. Its base price, yeah, it's going to be. It's about Disney's still a little more expensive. But it's kind of like going to Disney and getting 2 free meals.
Yeah.
That's basically kind of what I came out with.
Oh, I see.
So like if you went to Disneyland and got 2 Galactic Grill meals for free, per ticket, then that would probably equal going to Universal. So if you think Universal's worth like 2 hamburgers.
Are you saying like at
So
Disneyland,
if you went by
a meal of
yourself-
4 would only be 2?
Well, let's say one person. Let's just make it simple.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 meals per person. So that one, if you went to Disneyland, it's basically like going. It's the same. Like the 2 extra meals is what you would get if you went to Universal. Does that make sense? So like, if you bought 2 meals at Universal, it's the price of a Disney ticket.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Just for entrance.
Okay.
So yeah, Disneyland is more expensive
Yes.
by about 2 hamburgers. Well, with drinks and stuff,
Right.
fries and stuff. Yeah.
And you don't know if he went on. I don't even know if Universal has that sliding ticket like Disney does. Like if you go on a weekday, it's this much. If you go on a weekend, it's this much. So I don't know if Universal's like that, and we don't know if he went on a weekday or a weekend. So the $145 could be like a Tuesday or a Wednesday.
Yeah, and by the way, and that's if you're going to that Toadstool Cafe. I'm sure there's cheaper food,
Yeah.
out there, especially on the City Walk and all that. I'm sure that you could probably buy, an $8 hamburger. You know?
Yeah.
I'm just going by 2 meals at Toadstool
Inside,
Cafe.
inside the park. Yep.
Right. So not much of a difference, really. And Disney, I think you're getting a lot more. I mean, because to me, the Nintendo Land is not as good as Toontown, because Toontown doesn't have games, but it has now it has Runaway Railway. It has
Roger Rabbit. It has that Go Coaster.
The Go Coaster. It has 3
and
rides.
then the new one might be even more interactive. It was interactive. Remember the kid that taught us to step on the thing and then the fountain made noises?
Yeah.
So and
those aren't really games, but they're
interactive.
Yeah, it's interactive. So, yeah, But I'm not saying it looked cool.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Looks
I
pretty
mean,
cool.
I don't know. Maybe we'll check it out in
we'll
3
check it
years when it's died down a little.
It was funny because we use Bonvoy, and I have a Bonvoy American Express card, so we can just totally stack our points when we stay at Marriott hotels.
Yeah.
And that's why we get free rooms, and sometimes we give them to our cousins, and sometimes we do all this stuff. So it's really cool if you guys are really big park goers or really big travelers at all, be loyal to like a single hotel chain.
Yeah.
Because then you start stacking those points, and they actually pay off if you're somebody who's going to continue to go for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Even if you don't go to Disney that much, but you travel,
Yeah.
it's good. Like when I travel for
yeah.
my company, I'll still put my points in at the hotel.
Yeah.
And so they tried to offer me like, well, you qualify for the Platinum American Express. And we have all these cool things because it looks like you're like a theme park goer or something. And I was like, oh, because they know, they see what you spend on, so they can tailor their ads to you. That's why Facebook is, all these companies have so much money because they collect data on you, right? So, and I looked, but all the stuff that they were offering was like all these discounts at Universal.
Oh,
I was like,
funny.
And the Platinum card is like $700 a year. I'm like, I'm not paying $700
That's one
a year.
thing Universal
to
doesn't
go to
have.
Universal.
They don't have their own hotel on property.
They do.
They do?
Mm.
Oh, I've never heard of it.
Well, that's what they were. I didn't know that either, but that's what they were offering. I know in Florida they do. I didn't know they had it here until American Express told me.
Oh, there's a Universal Studios hotel.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's not what they call it, but it's like they have their
wondering what
own name.
Because we know Knott's Berry Farm does, because we stayed at it during Halloween Haunt or whatever.
That big pink hotel. It was Paradise Pier before Paradise Pier.
So.
Yeah. And it was kind of far. It was like weird. It wasn't really on property. It was kind of like a little off. Because they have a fence that blocks it. There was no like secret entrance.
Yeah,
It was weird.
We had to walk around, but
yeah. So yeah, and I didn't know, and I'm just like, you got all this data on me. Why are you offering me this Universal stuff? I'm not gonna go there. But that was just funny though. And it's like $700 a year
because Disney is Chase Visa sponsors them.
Yeah.
So that's why.
Yeah.
It's on Amex.
So. Yeah.
But anyways, that's our Universal comparison.
Anything else in headlines?
Nope.
All right.
It's Taste Talk with Tracy. Mash some magic in your mouth.
All right. So the milk and cookie pretzel in Tomorrowland. It's part of the Disney 100 celebration.
And another thing you didn't taste.
Another thing I didn't taste, so I want to get it again. It'll probably be here throughout the 100 celebration, I'm hoping, because it's part of that.
Yeah.
But it's basically cream cheese filled pretzel, taro sweetened condensed milk topped with Oreo cookie crumbles.
So I took a bite. I don't like.
You only took one bite.
Yeah, because you always get all this sweet stuff, and it's just like, man, I can't eat one of those. But it was a good taste, though. I liked it. It tasted exactly how it looks.
Yeah.
So you can't be mad at that.
Right.
You know.
I think the cream cheese filling kind of balances out all that sweet.
Yeah, but even that's a little sweet.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But it's it's really good. It's really messy.
Yes,
So
it's messy.
one of my hobbies is watching parents and their like 5-year-olds eat those things because they have. There's always like some pretzel or some dessert
Yeah.
that's just you have to eat. You eat. It's made to eat with your hands, but you shouldn't eat it with your hands.
Yes.
There's some 5-year-old that's practically stuck to the wall like flypaper
Yeah.
because he has so much frosting.
Well, the
on him.
adults were like, I had it all over my face and my hands.
Yeah, you're like you eat like a 5-year-old. It was hilarious.
But I kept eating it because I couldn't taste it, so it wasn't too sweet for me.
Yeah.
It was just like bland, so I kept eating it. So I got to try it again so I can really try it.
Yeah, but it was good. I recommend it. I recommend pretty much all of the pretzels.
Yeah, can't go wrong with their pretzels.
Yeah, the pretzels are good. So, is there anything that we're gonna get this weekend?
Well, I have a reservation for the Magic Key Terrace.
But they
And
don't
it's
have anything new. do
Berea
they?
flatbread going on
Oh, they
right
do?
now.
Oh, that's pretty
And the
cool.
Monte Cristo dog,
That-
but don't get that.
That's fusion.
Yeah, I guess it's Italian. And
See, she'll
sure,
call that
it's
fusion.
Italian.
As long as it's not Asian fusion, you'll call it fusion.
No, I don't think this is fusion. I think this is whatever. Because Berea is so popular, the tacos, they're going to be like, let's make Berea 10 different ways. And it'll sell because everyone likes the tacos. But that's not how it works.
It is how it works. Else they wouldn't do it. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. People don't like Berea.
No, people like the tacos.
Yeah, and they like
And
the
then
egg
they're
rolls.
like, oh, this works.
The
Let's
egg-
make Berea.
The egg rolls
it's
was
like,
sold out the first day we went.
it's like the Forrest Gump guy.
People like
It's like Bubba Gump or whatever, the guy. He's like, barbecue shrimp, ketchup shrimp, this shrimp and that shrimp.
Yeah.
Like, it's like all like a million different ways of Berea.
and you liked all those shrimp, and you would eat all those shrimps, and you would get hives on your face
Yes.
because every time you eat it, you're allergic, and it doesn't stop you from eating shrimp.
Nope. I think it's all shellfish because it happens to crab now too.
Yeah. So Berea egg rolls are fusion because it's Asian and Mexican.
And Berea,
Berea-
flatbread.
Berea flatbread, and we had the Berea grilled cheese.
Is that fusion?
Yeah.
American?
Yes. It's just when you take two cultures and mix them. That's all it is. It's not complicated.
I don't even think flatbread's Italian. That's just
I
whatever.
don't know.
But the other
But it's
thing
not-
is
it's
the
not Asian.
Monte Cristo corn dog, which I think you won't like.
Probably
Is it
not.
Monte Cristo? You know that thing that's at
I know what a
Cafe
Monte Cristo
Orleans?
is.
that thing that you don't like, right?
Well, it's just kind of like
The donut, ham and cheese donut.
the sweet and the meat.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know.
And I wouldn't get that.
It's
I
like-
mean, I usually just did the Magic Key Terrace because they had a reservation.
people love it. I mean,
And
here's the
I
thing.
like
I'm not
the
even saying it
drinks.
tastes bad. I'm just saying I don't like the idea of it. I think that's too fusion. That's cold fusion.
No, that's not fusion. That's like, isn't that like French or something?
Well, yeah, the actual thing is French, but it's like they started fusion like, 100 years ago, 200
Mhm.
years ago, and then they got the Monte Cristo,
Mm.
the Count of Monte Cristo.
Yeah, I think the Magic Key Terrace is really because they have good drinks there. Their food is okay.
But I don't think the food is supposed to be like you go there for the food.
Yeah.
It's to go there
cocktail,
to hang, and
yeah.
it's kind of like a privilege, like a Magic Key guy. I can,
No,
I
what
can-
you know what a privilege is? Going to Club 33.
yeah.
Can somebody please invite us? I'm just kidding.
He's begging.
So I can take this off my bucket list for once and for all.
I didn't know you want to go that bad. Dang.
That's one thing we haven't done.
Yeah.
I suppose we could do that other one, the 21 Royal,
Yeah, you just gotta
and
pay
pay
for
like
it.
$10,000 or whatever. It's like, just get it over with.
But somebody like you, penny pinches, you paid $10,000 for dinner.
No, I said somebody do it for me.
Somebody paid a $10,000 and invite you.
I'll give you like $300. I'll chip in $300.
$300. Well, that's what a lot of people do. They just go as a big group, and I think
Yeah.
I don't know what the maximum is, but they
I think
just
it's
all,
like 9.
yeah,
Or
you
no,
just-
that's the VIP tour.
that's the VIP tour.
I forgot, but it ends up being like, I think $1,000 a person or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
still don't know if that's worth it.
Yeah.
$1,000.
Well, because I heard after I saw that chef that I follow,
Mm-hmm.
his first gig was Club 33
Oh,
when
yeah.
he was younger,
Mm-hmm.
and like that just set the stage for
For the rest,
the
of,
rest
his
of his
life.
life. Like that made everything else easier,
Yeah.
basically.
What's his name?
David Nguyen.
Yeah.
Dave Nguyen.
See, when you got your
Have a-
people, you want to shout out. You got to shout out your people, Tracy.
Oh, sorry, Dave Nguyen.
Yeah.
He's on Instagram as DVD Nguyen.
Yeah, yeah, that was a cool story, and yeah,
He says, not gonna lie, I cried a few times when I worked there.
I'm sure it's a lot of
It
pressure.
was like a lot of pressure.
a lot of pressure.
It's not all like magical or whatever in the kitchen.
I don't think it's magical in any kitchen though.
yeah.
Whether you work at McDonald's or Le Cirque, it's not going to be cool. All right.
Okay. Well, as of February 22nd, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway had no longer had virtual queue.
Mhm.
So the standby line started. And that was quick.
I
I
told
think-
you the hype was going to die quick on that one.
That's weird.
It's not
Why?
weird because it's just Disney. It's not Star Wars. People keep thinking it's.
okay, yeah.
I mean, it's not just Disney, but it's like it's
But
now.
that's a
it's-
wider net, right? Just Disney? It's a wider net than
But
Star
it's
Wars.
not like no. What I'm saying is people aren't going to the park for that ride. The people who are going on that ride are going to Disney anyway.
Mm.
So it's kind of like, hey, we're going to Disney and now that we're going, let's get on that ride.
Mm.
It's not like, oh, they opened Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. Let's buy a ticket.
Yeah.
It's not that,
Yeah.
So for Rise of Resistance, it was that.
Yeah, it still is that. Because the first day that it was at standby at rope drop at 9 a.m., the wait time for Runaway Railway was 20 minutes.
That's
and the
it.
And the wait time for Rise was 85 already at
Exactly.
rope drop.
Yeah.
So
Now, to be fair, Rise is a better ride.
yeah,
I mean, even if you're not a Star Wars person,
yeah.
there's so many components to that ride. I mean, you got first of all, the queue is amazing. And then you have the whole Rey scene,
Mm-hmm.
and then you get on the transport shuttle that, gets captured by the Star Destroyer. And that in itself used to be a ride.
Yeah.
Like if that was like 15 years ago,
Yeah.
you'd like, this was a cool ride.
Yeah.
I'm glad I got on it. I'd wait 30 minutes for
The
this.
one person, remember the one person who was her first time and she thought that was it?
No, it was her boyfriend.
Oh, her boyfriend. Okay.
And that was funny because he was like, this guy looked like a big nerd.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, and he looks at me, he's like, so is that the ride? And I'm just, I should have just messed with him and be like, yeah, dude, now you got to wait in line to get out. Like, we're waiting in this queue before we got put in our chambers. And he's just like, oh, well, is that it? And I'm like, yeah, that's why you're still waiting. The reward is waiting for the exit. You know? But yeah, it was that was kind of funny because that's how cool the intro is, right?
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
like, dang, was that the ride? You know?
Yeah, and the room with the stormtroopers.
Yeah. The rest is just a museum. You know,
Yeah,
it's just a
yeah.
Star Wars museum. So, it's definitely really cool. That I still love that ride. I still think it's the best ride at Disney.
Yeah, Rise. Yeah.
And you know what? We were watching that one YouTube channel. I didn't know that Seven Doors Mine Train in Florida was the #1 ride. They were like, that was crazy.
Figured it's popular, but I didn't think it. You mean #1 in Magic Kingdom, or just?
Yeah, I thought
Oh,
that's
maybe Because there's nothing else.
Well,
in
and
Magic
it's
Kingdom.
well for one, it's an a la carte ride.
Yeah.
Like I'm like that's big enough to be an a la carte ride.
Well, because what are you to like start? You heard Johnny and Space Mountain, so you know it's not going to be Space Mountain over there.
No, I'm just thinking like, I mean, it looks cool. I mean, maybe to me it looks like a fancier Thunder Mountain. You know.
Maybe, yeah. That's what I thought. I thought it was. I thought it is a replacement to Thunder Mountain.
Give us a comment on this because I don't. What am I not getting about the Seven Doors Mine
Because
Train?
there's nothing else there at Magic Kingdom.
There's lots of there
What?
stuff. I don't know. I don't go
See,
to
there's
but it's
Space
a whole
Mountain.
land.
There's Thunder Mountain.
Yeah, and then
I don't know. Do they have a Matterhorn?
I don't know.
So of course the mine train will be the Lightning Lane one.
You get to dodge Florida Gators or something.
No, it looks cool. Like I saw
Yeah.
the thing, but
But it's like
it's like Thunder Mountain
I
Plus.
can't picture myself paying like $15 to get on Thunder Mountain. That's my point.
No,
So
but it's probably Thunder Mountain Plus. You know what I mean? Like
plus dwarves. Like
yeah. Steroid up Thunder Mountain.
maybe I don't know. So, but let's get some engagement, and you guys tell us what we're not getting. So
I'm sure it's fun.
Tracy's just guessing, but
No,
she's never been.
I
So
would
she's-
pay Lightning Lane for a Thunder Mountain if there's nothing else at Disney World, at Magic Kingdom, I mean.
I don't know. No. I mean, it's an a la carte.
Yeah.
So it's like it's not like getting Genie Plus and getting it. It's like getting.
Yeah, but there's nothing else in Magic Kingdom that's worth a la carte.
Well, first of all, you're going to get a lot of pushback on that. I bet you there is. We just don't know.
It's fantasy. Yeah, at Hollywood Studios, there's a bunch. And then now at Epcot, there's the Cosmic Rewind. And so Magic Kingdom, I thought, was just Fantasyland and basically Tomorrowland.
Where's
'Cause
Tron?
he-
Where's Tron going? Isn't that
I
Magic Kingdom? Yeah, I think it's in Magic Kingdom.
don't know.
See, stop talking
So
like you're a
see?
Disney
But then
Florida expert.
they did say that they always do that where as soon as Tron gets the Lightning Lane, then another ride in that park
Yeah,
gets added to Genie Plus.
regular Genie Plus.
Yeah, regular Genie. So with something that's like when Mickey and Minnie Runaway Railway or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
so then something else opened and then that went away. I don't know.
I don't know. We don't know. That's why I'm asking for engagement. Tracy doesn't know. She acts like she does.
I do know.
She likes being smart. Her family tells her she's smart.
No, they don't. My family's Asian. They don't tell their kids are smart.
They just come to you with all their problems.
Yes.
But that's telling you you're smart.
No.
Let's get some real Florida people, Florida Walt Disney World goers to let us know what's the deal.
I listened to enough podcasts to know that the mine train is the popular ride or whatever at Magic Kingdom. You have to go by parks.
You go
can't
by,
just
you're,
go by
you're
the
going,
whole
you're going by
thing.
YouTube. You're basically Walt Disney World QAnon. All right, what's next?
Let's see, where are we? Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, the Villas at the Disneyland Hotel is going to open September 2023. And Magic Key holders, we get to book before the general public. So we get to book on March 16th, and then the general public can book the next day.
Yeah.
But these are basically like DVC type of tower at the Disneyland Hotel. And so the room is more spacious, like it's more like a studio and a one bedroom and stuff like that.
I'm a hotel guy. I might just, if we get a room there, I might just stay in a room.
Yeah, because it's expensive. Like, why would you go to the parks?
I'm gonna chill.
You don't pay that much just to leave it there and only sleep. Yeah, I'm staying there too.
Invite over some cousins. Chill. Like me, you, Christina, Kevin. We're just in the room.
Because it's not even, like I said in my post, it's not even like a secret entrance or anything. So we're so spoiled with Paradise Pier where there's a secret entrance right there.
Secret, but yeah.
Yeah, not a secret. I mean,
Special.
A direct entrance.
Dedicated entrance.
Dedicated entrance. Like you stay at the Disneyland Hotel in this tower, you got to like walk through downtown Disney and all that stuff.
We'll see what it is. If it's kind of like they do it up like the rooms in Vegas, I'll be like, but I don't know how expensive it's expensive. You know what I mean? Because
I mean, you saw the pictures. It's like it's like
if it's
a
like if it's like $1,000 a night, you might as well stay at Grand California.
It's like a Vidara room. It has the kitchenette and everything.
Yeah.
So.
But Grand California is nice, super nice, and you get a dedicated
entrance. Yeah.
And you get Magic Hour. I don't know. Are they going to do like the Magic Hour?
Yeah, that counts as Magic Hour because it's a Disneyland hotel.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know.
We'll see.
But we'll look.
It sounds like just a wing to Disneyland Hotel. It's like an extra wing.
It's an extra wing, but the rooms are villas.
Yeah, so basically residence inn for Disneyland Hotel.
Yes, exactly. I'll just stay at the Residence Inn. And
I guess it's cool if you're
Uber
bringing
over.
more people. I know. All right.
And the last thing is Stephen Yeun is going to join the cast of the Thunderbolts. Not sure what he's playing yet.
Everybody remembers him from Walking Dead. But for all those other nerds, he's also the star of the animated show on Amazon, Invincible.
Oh, and he's in that movie. Is it Nope?
Yeah,
is he in Nope?
Yeah, I
okay.
believe so.
We haven't seen that yet.
But yeah, he's really good actor. I don't know because like with the MCU and stuff, and they can as far as ethnicity, they can swap out. So it's not like he has to play a Korean character. Kang is white in the comics. Jonathan Majors is now playing him. But there is, because the Thunderbolts were named after Thunderbolt Ross in the comics. And we know that Thunderbolt Ross is still there, even though the actor passed away, unfortunately. So, yes, Harrison Ford is going to be playing Thunderbolt Ross now. So, Thunderbolt Ross, spoiler, does become the Red Hulk. And so, if they're doing a Hulk-related type stuff, there is a Korean character in the comics called Amadeus Cho, who's friend to Bruce Banner, friend to the Hulk, and he's a genius. He's one of the smartest people in the world. He's like a Korean Shuri. Basically,
seems like every kid in the MCU is a genius.
You know what? That's not wrong because when the Fantastic Four comes out, their daughter Valeria Richard is another super genius kid. So if you're a kid in MCU, you're either got superpowers or you're a genius. It's pretty weird.
Yeah, if you're a kid, yeah.
If you're a kid. Unless we have no room for kids. There's no normal kids.
Yeah. There's no normal kids.
Even though it's a kid's movie. In the 80s, all the movies like E.T. and stuff, the kids were just normal kids who were the stars.
Yeah.
Now it's just, if you're a kid in MCU, yeah. But, so that could be. The only reason I don't think that would be the case is because I think he's in his 30s. Probably in his 30s now. Amadeus Cho was a teenager in the comics. So... And he has some really funny lines, and he's actually a pretty funny character. But I don't know. But he could be playing anyone though. But it's weird because the Thunderbolts lineup is already. I thought it was done. They have the poster out and everything.
Yeah, so I'm thinking he's gonna be some other.
I hope they use him.
Non-important character.
Yeah, like I hope they just don't make him like some FBI agent. We already have a Korean.
Woo.
Yeah, we already have a Korean FBI agent. But no, I mean
is he gonna be Woo's son?
He's only like 10 years younger.
Okay, maybe not.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of things he could be, but here's what's really cool, and then we'll talk about this after, well, not after, but during our review. So we are about to start our review. So for those of you who want to bug out now. We are start the review right after the chimes. All right. We went to see Ant-Man Quantumania, and we did that the Thursday opening.
Last Thursday.
Yeah. And so Rotten Tomatoes only has, like, the critic score is only like 47% or something.
Yeah, a lot of people were...
But the audience score is like 87%. It's like, you know what I mean? I don't know. Here's the thing. And I told AJ this. You saw me talking to him. AJ is my boy. We're nerd bros. He
saw it.
He saw it. Mm-hmm. He liked it. Was it the best MCU movie? No. Better than Love and Thunder, which we still haven't reviewed because I didn't like it that much. We have a spoiler whole thing for Thor: Love and Thunder. It's been on Disney Plus for a long time.
And we still haven't.
We still haven't gotten to it because I'm just like, it was good, but it wasn't.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
Yeah.
It didn't deserve a rewatch. We usually rewatch it when it comes on Disney Plus.
Yeah. We will rewatch it, but we watch all of Marvel stuff. Here's the problem with MCU movies today. I always said the Chapek stuff about not having the P&Ls. We went to the whole business reason why there could have been some shenanigans. But the one just existential problem that they have, and I told AJ this, is that there's never going to be another Endgame.
Right.
That's the problem. If you're looking for Endgame and all the movies that led up to Endgame that culminated in Endgame, you're going to be constantly disappointed with every MCU movie from here on out.
But there's connections in this one, at least.
Yeah, this one
lead up to
at
Kang
least
Dynasty.
this one is connecting to the larger plot of the MCU, and we'll get into that. But it's not. Even when they get to Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars, you're not going to have that feeling of Endgame because it was already an Endgame.
Right.
So it's kind of like, you're always, if you're comparing it to that and you're looking to try to recapture that feeling, you're never going to have that again. You're never going to have the same dopamine hit as Endgame.
Right.
You're just not going to get it. Mm-hmm. That was a cultural experience. Believe it or not, this comic book movie for this generation of moviegoers is their once-in-a-lifetime thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that sounds sad. Some people might even think that sounds stupid because it's like a Marvel movie. But it's like, it is. It made its way. They were doing like presidential memes with the Thanos snap during the election. And they were doing all this stuff. It spread throughout all culture. Mm-hmm. They had like Infinity stuff that they were selling on Etsy, and it was just weird, So we're not going to get that with Kang stuff. And it's not because the Kang stuff is, bad. Mm-hmm. It's more like it's not going to live up to what it already came. You can only do, the first thing the first time, and then that's it. Yeah. So
what do they say? You can't recreate the art or whatever.
You can't recreate your first kiss. No. I don't. Someone said that. I'm sure.
The Mona Lisa. There can't be another.
You don't get a second shot at a first impression. No,
yes.
Yeah. It's you can't. Yeah.
Something like that. I don't know.
Yeah. We tried. We love Bronx pizza. We bought a pizza that was almost as good as Bronx, but because we've had Bronx pizza, we're always going to say it's almost as good as Bronx. It's never going to be Bronx pizza. And if you come to San Diego, try Bronx pizza on Washington and Hillcrest.
So there's Tacos El Gordo, and then there's Bronx.
Yummy. And then there's Phil's Barbecue. Those are like Phil's, the three staples. The holy trinity of food in San Diego. All right. So what did we like about the movie? Oh, to continue my thought from the Stephen Yeun thing, with the multiverse, technically he could be a version of Kang. Mm-hmm. Because you can have different variants. They don't all have to look like Jonathan Major. So,
although I didn't see an Asian guy in the Council of Kang at the end.
We saw a Skrull though.
We did?
Yeah, there was one Skrull Kang.
Oh.
Yeah, and there's one that looked like a zombie Kang. So I don't, you never know. They can do anything. That is possible. I don't know, but we'll see. I'm just throwing that out there to finish that thought. But things I liked about it. I like the fact that Ant-Man, I think it's the best Ant-Man movie. A lot of people are saying it. It's the best Ant-Man movie.
I thought it was the worst Ant-Man movie. It was good, but out of the three, I liked the first one more and this one the least.
Yeah, because you like the quirky,
funny
Rudd.
stuff.
Yeah.
I don't like serious Rudd.
Yeah, serious
Makes
Rudd.
him look old. Now I see him aging. You know what I mean?
Well,
I see wrinkles on him now that he's serious.
Yeah, because Kang controls time. Now that he's out of the crown realm, he started aging again. He had 5 years of not aging. So it was. Because it was the most heroic he has ever been.
Yeah.
So he actually acted like an Avenger. Mm-hmm. So I think
which was weird. Yeah.
Which is probably not type for him, right?
Right.
But I think if you're going to play it up, because they had to, because part of this is, I'll get into things I didn't like, but he really showed that he belongs on the team. He's a member of the squad. He represents the Avengers. He's still funny. He's still like the goofiest of the Avengers. But yeah, and I think the only reason he was serious is because his family was on the line.
Yeah, his daughter. Yeah.
Now,
and you liked it because it had so many connections to the rest
well, we'll get to because my third
Endgame.
Yeah, it had a lot of Easter eggs. It had a lot of stuff, but I also, they spent money on it because it's expensive. Everything was one giant special effect. And I think that it was a pretty decent story for an MCU movie. It was
it wasn't bad.
It was good. You don't expect super complexities. You don't expect Tenet or Memento or something for.
Oh yeah, I'd walk out.
So it's pretty easy to follow. They get sucked down into the quantum realm because his daughter is basically a scientist overnight. But she did have 5 years to.
Yeah, at first when they had the promo where she they thought maybe she and Riri Williams worked together to create that machine or whatever. But no, it was just her. Well, it was her and
the Pims. Yeah.
The Pims.
Yeah. But I was happy with her as a character because if she gets on, if they finally do the Young Avengers, because in the comics she's like stature and she can grow big, and then she could Stinger is small, and she has to. But now she's kind of both. She can already do everything Ant-Man does. So, and she probably can do it better than him. She really kind of like. Sometimes when you put like the kid of the hero in the movie, or like the Robin type character, it kind of like they don't live up to their role. They can't fill those shoes. She did. She had a role and she delivered on it. So I was happy with that. She didn't get in the way. She was competent, but she wasn't like too competent. You know what I mean? She still was like figuring things out. So she was like perfect for what she was and the story said she was. Did the whole family need to go down there? I don't know if everyone got enough screen time, but yeah, I think it was pretty cool. I did like, Hank with the ants at the end.
Yeah.
They evolved. That was pretty cool.
Evolving ants.
And I like the fact that even though it's Ant-Man, they don't neglect the ants. The ants always play a part
in
the movies. I think it was better than... Nobody even remembers Ant-Man number 2. Ant-Man and the Wasp.
2 was meh.
So...
Well, actually, 2 was good because they were in jail, and then he broke them out, and
what do you mean about?
No, wasn't 2 the one where he broke them out, and then because they were trying to rescue Janet Van Dyne with their makeshift lab,
but
they
chased.
were in jail. Yeah, and then they got into jail because they're not supposed to use the technology or something like that.
Yeah, but I mean, it was, it had the ghost in it, which was kind of cool, but. Yeah.
Yeah, and she's gonna come back in Thunderbolts.
Yeah, but nobody remembers that movie. It's the same people who saw Avatar. It's like
I remember that movie. I thought it was pretty good.
The most important part of Ant-Man 2 is when they dusted at the end and lit the end game because he was trapped in a quantum room. It was the mid-credit scene. That was the most important part of that movie. So, things I didn't like about the movie. MODOK. I think
nobody liked MODOK.
No one really liked MODOK. I think Johnny went really hard on him. I wasn't that bad on him. The CGI looked weird. I think they changed the CGI mid-screen. Not mid-screen, but like they altered it, and they just put that guy's face in. I think it might have been like he had like another Marvel movie on his contract and they had to put him in something.
Because the real MODOK is a different backstory, right?
Yeah.
But it is related to Ant-Man?
But almost except for the core characters, they all have different backstories. Like Hank Pym is the Ant-Man, and then they have Scott Lang as like the second Ant-Man. And, but it's kind of,
It's kind of like that here.
It's kind of like that, but he wasn't that smart. He was a thief, but he was not.
He's probably like how he is in What If. He was a jerk. In What If, Hank Pym caused the zombie apocalypse.
Yeah. So... Yeah, I think it's one of those things where MODOK was just kind of like, and this is something that they said on New Rockstars, which so I'm not like a screenwriter, but they're all into the
Mm-hmm.
screenwriting and improv, and they said this is a character that they should have put after the introduction of Kang, because he's not the real villain in the movie. He's the sidekick,
Mm-hmm.
goofy villain, right?
Oh, you mean they introduced him first?
Yeah, and so everybody was waiting to get to Kang, and it's like, why did you keep putting that off when, and then you introduce this guy, and it's like they give him the acronym,
Yeah,
and it's
and
like
then-
this big ominous thing coming, and he's just a joke,
Yeah.
kind of.
Yeah.
Whereas they could have introduced him later, and the joke would have worked better
Oh, I see.
because we already know who the big bad is.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I can kind of see that. I never thought of that. I mean, I don't think he took away from the movie,
Mm-hmm.
but it was just a goofy thing that
I
kind of
know,
just
it's
didn't
kind of goofy.
kind of fit.
And
you know?
MODOK in the books is serious, right? In
Yeah.
the comics. I
Yeah,
mean.
he was made by AIM in the
Mm.
comics, and so, I mean, but it wasn't something I didn't like. The one thing that I think, and I don't know if I want to say I disliked, but it's problematic. But I have my own theories of how to fix it, or how they might fix it. Is that Kang is supposed to be the big bad? He's supposed to be the Thanos for phase, 5, 6, 7. Well,
Yeah,
5 and
with this next phase,
4, 5,
yeah.
and 6, technically, because he was introduced in Loki phase
Mhm.
4. So he's supposed to be the big bad going forward, right?
Mhm.
And then they introduce him in an Ant-Man movie, and then he loses. If you lose Ant-Man, how are you supposed to scare me? How are you a universal threat? You know what I mean? It's like Thanos.
He lost the Ant-Man and the Wasp. Not just the Ant-Man.
Yeah, that's true. And I was telling AJ this. I'm like, that's problematic, not for the movie itself.
Yeah.
But imagine if, like, when you saw the first Avengers, and then they showed Thanos kind of like smile at the end, and then all of a sudden he got his ass kicked by Hawkeye and Black Widow.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, why would I
Weird.
care about you for the rest of all these things, But because he was such a presence, even though he didn't really do anything except send an army,
Mhm.
you didn't really see him until the post-credit scene. It's like you're waiting for him at every movie. Where's Thanos? Where's Thanos?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And so when it finally gets to Infinity War, you're like, finally Thanos, and he pays off, right? Here, Jonathan Majors did a great job of acting.
Mhm.
I bought him as Kang. But you lost Ant-Man, dude. You
Not
lost the
really.
weakest Avenger.
Didn't he shrink into that thing?
No, that's the justification of it. I'm just saying, if you look at it on paper,
Yeah.
from bird's eye view, it's kind of like but you lost. Yeah, it was a happenstance loss.
I thought it would
was a
be
circumstantial
more like
loss.
they escaped and they went back to their
Yeah.
home, and then he got stuck in the quantum realm
Yeah,
still.
or he escaped and went somewhere else. Whatever it is,
Yeah. Like, don't
But there
kill
wasn't
him.
a decisive victory. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like it's kind of like remember when Anderson Silva, even though he was the better fighter, but he kicked and he broke his leg.
Yeah.
You could say, well, technically he wasn't beaten because he broke his leg, but it's still, dude, it's Anderson Silva, he lost. It's like that's disappointing, you know. But yeah, it's that could be problematic. Now, my theory is that this is still a super underpowered Kang, because Kang's first of all, Kang's just a guy.
Why didn't they just introduce a different king? Not the Conqueror, but somebody else.
Well, there's a lot of them call themselves Kang the Conqueror.
Oh.
I think this is a super underpowered, because one, you have to realize the whole movie was in the quantum realm.
Mm-hmm.
His main power is time manipulation,
Mm-hmm.
which you can't do in the quantum realm.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's why none of his stuff worked. You had to figure it out. So his main technology, his main abilities, he was really underpowered, and he still raised an army to conquer their civilization. And what it was kind of cool is they showed that he can fight. Like, he'll throw hands.
Yeah.
Even with his because he's basically just a human being.
Mm-hmm.
And even when his technology goes out, he'll get busy.
Mm-hmm.
He'll knock people out, man. He knows martial arts. He's capable.
Mm-hmm.
He's not like helpless once you take away his stuff.
Yeah.
He is a warrior. So that was cool. But yeah, they're going to have to explain why you lost to the Ant-Man, man. You're going to have to explain that, you know. You looking kind of sus. You're looking sus over here, you know.
Well, then that's why the King Council, or the three kings.
The Kang Dynasty.
Yeah, the King Dynasty got nervous
Mhm.
because it's the humans, the Avengers,
Yeah,
that
they're
beat
touching the multiverse.
the exiled one, right? It's like,
Mm.
oh, well, now we're nervous.
Yeah.
So,
And that's also a good thing is because he was exiled there by the other Kangs.
mhm.
And they're not going to exile him to a place where he has his full power,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
So I'm just thinking he's underpowered. They better show some stuff from these other Kangs.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
yeah.
They better come out
But then
swinging.
even he said he killed all the Avengers, like Thor,
Yeah.
right? The guy with the hammer. I killed him,
Hmm.
but not Ant-Man and the Wasp.
See, that's the thing. It doesn't
yeah,
add
that
up.
does kind of be like,
Yeah, are you exaggerating a little bit?
yeah.
But, you know, are you talking about the frog Thor that we saw in Loki?
Oh,
is
yeah,
that,
maybe.
is that the one you beat? You know?
He beat the frog Thor.
Yeah. The frog Thor, yeah.
The frog Thor.
Yeah.
Yeah, because in another universe, it could be frog Thor that you beat.
Yeah. So, I don't know. That's the only thing it would not be my choice to introduce him in an Ant-Man movie. But I think because of the
Because it's the
quantum
quantum realm.
yeah, and that's his thing. I see why. But
Yeah, because they didn't introduce Thanos. I mean, they had glimpse of him in end credits, but Thanos wasn't really introduced to us until Infinity War.
as far as him doing stuff.
Yeah, because
Mhm.
all the other times he was just an end credit.
Well, he was in Guardians of the Galaxy and he just talked. You know.
Yeah, at the
But
end, right?
No, he was talking to Ronan. He was talking.
Oh,
he was doing all
yeah,
that
okay.
stuff. I mean,
But he wasn't really the villain until Infinity
he was a villain,
War.
but he didn't do anything. He didn't show what he could do.
Yeah,
And that was purposeful.
yeah,
Now they kind of showed what Kang could do, and he got beat by.
Ant-Man.
I know I keep saying that. Sorry, Kang. I mean, think about it. In Ant-Man #1, the Falcon lost to Ant-Man when he was trying to steal it, and the Falcon was embarrassed.
Yeah,
That's the Falcon. He's a guy with wings and machine guns.
yeah.
He was embarrassed.
He's not even.
He's like, don't tell anyone
at
about
that time,
this.
He was Avenger rookie. Rookie Avenger.
Yeah, but he was embarrassed. He's like, don't tell anyone about that I
yeah.
lost to this guy.
Now you can feel better, Falcon, because Kang lost to him.
I know. All right. So,
But technically, Ant-Man said, "We just both need to lose. I didn't win." So they both
Yeah.
kind of lost.
if you watch it again, it probably looks better. We haven't seen it a second time yet.
yeah.
Also, I would say there's another remedy. Did Ant-Man win?
Right.
Because he's talking to himself.
At the end. And he's
At the
like,
end.
did I really win? Or
And it's kind of like, and now the guy knows he's Ant-Man, the guy at the coffee shop.
Mm-hmm.
Like, did his timeline get rewritten?
Mm.
Is this just kind of like a temporal illusion
Mm-hmm.
that is he trapped in another quantum realm-esque type
Oh.
thing and he just thinks he won?
It seems like anytime you kill a Kang, you second guess whether it's the right thing. Like after
Yeah.
Sylvie killed him, like, if you kill me, you don't want to know what happens, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then this time again, too. It's like, did I do the right thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and also I think they're going to really have to explain the cosmology of the MCU because, again, Kang is just a human.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to have to explain why he can do what he does with other quote. So, little science thing. We're a 3-dimensional world, right? With 3 dimensions. That's what we currently live in. The 4th dimension is time.
Mm-hmm.
So 4th dimensional creatures are like gods
Mm-hmm.
and the celestials and stuff. Why are these 4th dimensional entities like, Dormammu and the celestials and all these universal creators like not putting this human in check? They kind of have to explain. In the comics, they kind of explain it, but it's kind of like, why is this dude, even if he's from the 31st century running around manipulating timelines, like, you think somebody would put him in check by now. You know what I mean? Because the TVA and the comics is in place to put Kang in check. It's not his.
Yeah, and here it's his,
Yeah.
but he's putting others in check instead of his variants. Or did he create
Well, I'm just
that
saying,
for
why
his
are
variant?
these kings allowed this much power?
Yeah.
They're going to have to explain why, like, the Celestials haven't stepped in, the gods haven't stepped in.
Mm-hmm.
Because in the comics, like, him and Khonshu got beef.
And the dude, the Watcher guy, why
The
didn't
Watcher,
he
like,
step
why
in?
aren't all these people that are above human, you know, even super aliens like Ego and stuff, like, why aren't they stepping in? They would know when
Yeah.
a timeline is being manipulated. So I hope they explain that at some point. You know, instead of
Yeah.
this is just a guy with a time machine, and really he's more powerful than these giant things that put, you know, baby Celestials in the planet. You know what I mean? It's kind of like they're gonna have to explain all this stuff to where it makes sense.
So was it the He Who Remains King created the TVA so that the Conqueror King can't mess up the timeline? I don't understand the.
Well, they're gonna have to explain all of it, because if you don't understand it, and you're the average you're actually above average MCU person. If you're not getting it, just imagine the casual MCU.
Yeah,
person.
because that guy's like, oh, if you kill me,
Yeah. So
you don't know what my other variants are worse. But then why did you create this? What did you try to stop
he
except
stopped.
humans?
He stopped the multiversal war. So there was all these kings from different timelines,
Mm-hmm.
and they were going to destroy the multiverse because they had this war. He created this universal timeline, and they were gone because he wrapped them all up. And anything that could create another king, he would.
Oh, he would
destroy
nip that
ti-
branch.
yeah, he would nip that thing. So at that point, there was only one king, which was he who.
so-
That's why his name is.
He Who Remains.
Yeah, he was the last one until he died, and then the
And then-
universal timeline just and then everything
I see.
unraveled.
So like anything that just is off that timeline, no matter how insignificant, he nips it.
Yeah.
So that it doesn't create another king.
Yeah. Now, and you have to keep in mind that you're looking at it like we're looking at it like linear. He doesn't look at time linear. Right? Like this came and then this came and this came. He looks at it all happening at once. It's
Right,
one flat
right.
circle. So we could say, well, yeah, but Loki escaped before you killed him. In this,
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It veers off the timeline
Yeah,
and you need to go.
the timeline isn't straight.
Yeah.
It's a flat circle.
Yeah.
And yeah, so once he killed, all those other kings reemerged,
Mhm.
like they've always existed.
Yeah.
So it's almost like they were in like an unexisted prison. It's
Yeah.
almost like they got snapped.
Yeah.
And now once you kill him, they're unsnapped.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of way you kind of have to think about it. And we're going to see how much Loki ties into it. Loki was a post-credit scene,
Mhm.
and they were seeing him, which is one of his variants from the comics in like the early 20th century, and he's actually a big part in the comics. But we'll see how they play it.
Mhm.
So, that's how it connects to the MCU. We already know that the Kang Dynasty is is their Infinity War, the next one.
Mhm.
I don't know.
And then Secret Wars is the last one?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't know what. I don't know how they're going to do it. They're going to have to make Kang and a lot of stuff bigger
Mhm.
and connect more with big stuff, right? So I have faith that they're going to be able to do it. And again, I'm not saying there's going to be another Endgame,
Mhm.
and I'm not asking for another Endgame. I'm saying they're going to have to make it make sense with all the other stuff that they've done, because you can't say, well, the Celestials existed before the Infinity Stones and they created the universe, but there's just black dude who just messes everything up when he wants. Like, it just doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? It's
Well,
like,
there's a bunch of him. There's a whole.
yeah, but it doesn't. You can't have like, well, this you can't have.
Yeah.
It's like you overreach. You know what I mean?
I don't. Yeah. Where are the Eternals?
Yeah, it's like
They're
okay.
supposed to be protecting the whatever.
And not only them, there's so many more. You know,
Like, yeah, the
But,
Celestials and
the
the Watcher. Where are you? What are you watching?
What do you want? Exactly. So, yeah, they're just gonna have to make it make sense. And I think with Eternals is a big problem because it's an overreach. They made it so cosmic, and then nobody really liked that movie.
Yeah, 'cause
It wasn't a big
didn't
hit?
Connect to anything.
Well, it could, but I'm saying they're gonna now have to connect it because now it's canon.
Yeah.
Whether there was a big hit or not, you can't have space gods and be like, oh, well, this dude just kind of like brushes them
I
aside.
suppose somehow it connects with Blade and the Black
Not-
Knight or
no,
whatever?
not-
Because he talked at the end or whatever. I
That
don't
was
know.
Blade. That was just a character introduction. It wasn't really. It
Oh.
doesn't connect.
Well,
with
what
the
about
source.
that Black Knight guy?
He just has nothing to do other than he's a friend to the Eternals in the comics. He's none of his abilities or his sword connect with the Eternals. They could rewrite that for the MCU,
Yeah.
but and then it's like, do you want to do an Eternals 2? And then it's like, and I don't know. It gets weird, right? And then it's like, well, then what about people like Odin? What about people who can see the future? What about, and then how's the Fantastic Four going to play into this? Because the Fantastic Four is like Kang's main adversary. But you're not introducing them until phase 5. You see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So now the pressure, whoever's making Fantastic Four, the pressure's on,
You better call Ryan Coogler or something.
Yeah, you better call somebody. Because no Fantastic Four movie has been a success yet. And there's been a few of them, And it's just kind of the only ones with Jessica Alba, and then they had the one with Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
He seems to be in every superhero franchise. Now they want him to be Superman. I don't know why. But
Really?
Yeah, that's what some
funny.
talk, But yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do. They're gonna have to square a lot of circles. So, is Ant-Man a good movie? Final analysis, yes. Is it enjoyable? Yes. Will you have a good time?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. As far as what we didn't like, minimal stuff,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then the third part, how it connects to the MCU, it connects. They're betting all the horses on this, or what do you call it? Betting their last dollar on this thing because it's supposed to be the multiversal thing going into the future. But they're going to have to connect things. They're going to have to make it make sense. And the things that are supposed to be able to be the glue for this that's coming up, like Fantastic Four, just for example, they're going to have to hit. So that's the problem. That's the benefit of having movies that connect and having this anthology is that everyone's going to want to see the next thing because it connects. The problem is it's got to deliver because one thing can bring down the entire franchise. So it's hard. It's a hard balance. So again, and also on top of that, like we said, a lot of people are expecting another Endgame, and that's impossible to recreate. So there's a lot of pressure on the MCU right now, and it's not all their fault. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited. I encourage everyone to go out and see Ant-Man Quantumania. And if you direct message us to Facebook, Instagram, or info@ropedroppingknowledge.com, I am a conqueror. That's all you have to say. You will be entered to win our Funko Pop Kang.
Yes.
And I've already posted it on
and
Instagram.
it's Conqueror King because he's purple.
Yeah, from Ant-Man Quantumania. It even says so on the box. You can see it. So that's it for us today. We will be going to the parks tomorrow. I'm Brian.
I'm Tracy.
Stay magical.
Bye.
Thank you for listening. Be sure to like and subscribe and visit us at www.ropedroppingknowledge.com.